This is Conversations with Mike Sparks.
Are you concerned with the state of America, your state, your community? Then you're in the right place. State Representative Mike Sparks. He and guests are here to talk about local politics, history, faith, and freedom.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Mike Sparks. Only thing is, Mike Sparks is not here tonight. He's under the weather, and this is Roger Thomas. And I'll be kind of trying to head it up tonight, but we also have Jeremy Smithson, Mike's intern. Also in the house, we've got Miss Jenny Williams and a special guest here, Mr. Isaac Heineck. Did I say it correctly?
Isaiah Heineck.
Isaac.
Isaiah.
I know. I got the right name. I got the last name, Isaiah Heineck. Anyway, I think Mike is going to be able to call in here in just a little bit, and he's going to go over a few things with Isaac.
Isaiah.
Think of the Bible, Isaiah.
That might be him. That might be him.
Now, Henry? No. No, anyway, I think Mike is on the phone. And Mike, you there, buddy? Mike, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and give Mr. How do you say it again? No, I've been getting a hard time, man. You know how you always ask people if they're in school and they've been out for 20 years and you call them the wrong name. I can't
remember names.
But I didn't get the good laugh like you normally do.
I appreciate it. No, yeah, sorry, I'm just under the weather. I come down with something yesterday, man. There's something going around, and my wife's been taking care of me. There's some kind of soup and grilled cheese sandwiches, got 2 blankets over me, and I didn't want to give y'all whatever I got.
Oh, that sounds good. I might want to get that.
You don't want it, brother. You got a bunch of extra soup if any of y'all want it. But, I really appreciated Isaiah reaching out to me, and I want to thank Mayor Marison Reed of Smyrna for having him connect with me. You know, I've got that school bus legislation, and we've seen a large shortage of school bus drivers, really, in many counties. And it's not just Tennessee. I mean, I pulled up an article, Atlanta faced them. I mean, kids not being able to get to school. And so I met with several school bus owners about this legislation over the summer and the fall. Clarissa Smith, Cindy DeMumber Phillips, who I went to school with, and Commissioner Piercy out in Las Casas area, and others as well. Right now, in Tennessee, you have to be 25 years of age to drive a school bus. We're the most restrictive in the nation, the most restrictive. California, you can drive at 18. New York, you can drive at 25. And, Isaiah, if you can hear me, I mean, I thought this bill was going to be a slam dunk, easy bill. It may not be so easy. That's why I need his testimony. And I've got David Settles, who's on the Mercer School Board, also president of ACP. He also drives a school bus in Antioch. And I hope I feel better so I can get to the committee, testify. But the irony, and I've never really had this happen, but I was talking to the chairman of the subcommittee, and he says, yeah, that was my legislation. I passed it years ago going to 25. So I'm like trying to undo his own bill. So it may not be as easy as what I first glance, and I think most people, if they have common sense, realize that Tennessee doesn't need to be the most restrictive state in the nation to drive a school bus. We got young people going in the military, driving tanks, driving other vehicles, and I think there are several responsible 21-year-olds, and I'd like to hear Isaiah. Isaiah, what are your thoughts?
Well, from what I know, we are the only state that is at the age of 25 drive a school bus, and I just believe that we should determine these factors of safety not so much because of age, but because of maturity. I do know that it was raised to 25 because of a crash that took place in Chattanooga. And, I do believe that it was a very emotional thing at the time.
But even the chairman admitted to that. Even the chairman, he kind of references a knee-jerk reaction.
Right. And, there's been other states that I know of that have had bus crashes just as bad, if not worse. I mean, they do happen, unfortunately. But those states never raise their age. And I also believe, we have proven for decades that school bus drivers can get their CDL and get their endorsements to drive a school bus under the age of 25. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years back, well, I guess 7-8 years back, we got one person that messes it up for everybody.
Yes.
All
And
my
he was
bus,
24, by the way.
yeah,
That-
he
that
was
young
24.
man shouldn't have been behind the wheel.
Right.
Even the full chairman said that. That guy was 24.
Mm-hmm.
So going from 21 to 25 really, I don't
Right.
think kind of made much sense.
Well, and another thing, in my opinion, that don't make no sense is, and I need to do my research to see when he was born and when this went into date, because even if he had just turned 24, okay, what does 1 year of an age difference, what does that make, in my opinion? I mean, what if he was already 25? Was they going to raise the age to 30,
Yes.
So-
Good point. Good point. Yeah. Well, I love your story
Well,
of
thank
why
you.
you want to be a school bus driver. You want to share that?
Yeah, so one thing that's also important to mention is all my bus drivers growing up, they got their licenses under the age of 25. A lot of them are still out here driving. They've been doing it for years. And very fortunately, all the bus drivers I've had have all loved what they do. And I've always went in wanting to be just like them. They've always made me feel safe and important on their buses. And another thing is I'm very fortunate to have grown up in Rutherford County and in Smyrna, because the way Rutherford County operates their buses is very unique and different, because most places where you go, it's county owned or company owned. I've always, from a 5-year-old's perspective, it was always fascinated to get on a school bus with lots of chrome and their names on their buses, and so that's really what sparked that in me at such a young age. But also as getting older, also learning they not only take all that pride and joy in driving the bus, but they also take the same pride and joy for the safe keep of these students to and from school.
Yes.
So it takes a passion for sure.
Yes. Well, I like what David said. You spoke of passion. I mean, you mentioned that you hit the nail on the head. David Settles, once again, he's on the Marshall City School Board, drives a school bus for Antioch for Metro, and he's for the legislation. Hopefully he'll come testify. He's scheduled to. But I like something he said. He says, "I'm the first face a child sees in the morning. I'm the last face." He said, "I can encourage their day, or I can discourage it." So, I'm hoping that that we'll have more of a resurgence of discussions around school bus drivers and the owners and the challenges they face. I mean, a new school bus is what, $210,000. I mean, the whole process with the high cost, and you got the diesel fuel, it's really unsustainable to them to stay in the business. And one fear I have is to see, because Rutherford County doesn't want to take over all these buses. But they don't want to do that.
Right.
So whatever Rutherford County school board members can do, and county commissioners for that matter, and I know can do to help them. I mean, one idea that Clarissa Smith mentioned is moving the minimum bus size from 90 students, I think it's down to 74. She was saying how much cheaper those school buses are. I believe they're $35,000 to $40,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
Which could help them, because sometimes their buses aren't at capacity. But I think you're going to be a great voice for this. Your maturity level is obviously there. So, hats off to Mayor Reed for having you contact me, because you're my ace in the hole. I don't know if you know that. You're my little ace card. You know that?
No, I did not know that.
No pressure. No pressure.
Too. But when you're going up against the chairman who passed the legislation, and he's I really like this guy. He's such a good guy. But sometimes you got I don't want anybody going and undoing my gun safe legislation or issues I've taken on, childhood sexual abuse and other areas. I don't want them undoing what I did. So you've got that element there. But no, I appreciate it, and I'm just gonna hang up and let you just jump in with Roger and Jenny, and I'm sure both them. I never rode a school bus. I had to walk to school. I walked at least a mile, and
Both ways?
My
Both
wife's
ways,
over
Mike?
here saying I'm lying.
In the snow,
Uphill,
up the
both
hill.
ways.
Uphill?
And walking up Todd Lane Hill.
In the rain?
seriously. Yeah. One day a car pulled up, a station wagon, and stopped. Well, I thought they'd give me a ride, so I just jumped in when they opened the door. They looked at me like I was crazy, but I it was great, man. It was rough.
Got right in, didn't you?
Anyway, looking back, I'm glad I didn't ride a school bus because I didn't want to stay on the bus that long. I was walking home, in the rain with no umbrella. Seriously, we didn't have umbrellas back then. But thank you for coming up, and Jenny, thank you, and Jeremy, thank you, and Roger, and hopefully y'all have a great discussion of also tying John, Mr. Charles Jones. We got to honor. Well, Jenny had got to have the proclamation. I had lunch with him Friday. Really want him to come in. He really, I think he's willing to fund a documentary about old Jefferson, Jenny. And Marty's going to have him in, but he's 94, and I asked him, man, what are your 3 goals you'd like to accomplish in your latter years? And I think this is one of them. He feels what the federal government did, was just terrible to displace all the people. And I had a local historian kind of give me some sarcasm a while ago. Really disappointed with that lady. Roger probably knows what I'm talking about. I mean, if Edmund Burke said, those are their history of destiny repeated. Their farms were taken, their land was taken. Fortunately, for people that have hatred and sarcasm and want to cause division, I've got Toby Francis on video. I've got Ernie Johns on video, former county historian. Just type in Ernie Johns WGNS radio, and you'll see Ernie, and you'll hear it in his voice that what happened to them. It's just sad, and somebody needs to care and make sure this doesn't happen to care. So shame on that local person that wants to call themselves a historian to take issue with us talking about old Jefferson. But that's the times we're in. You see so much divisiveness and blood hurt. And anyways, I'm glad I don't see it with y'all. So I'm going to hang up and let y'all do your show, okay?
All righty, buddy. Appreciate you calling
Thank you.
in.
Hope you get to
be
feeling
good.
better.
Yeah. Good to hear from you,
Thank
Mike.
you now. We'll see you. Be good.
Anyway, Isaiah, did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
No,
There's a first for everything.
I did see you on Channel 4 the other day news. I thought that was a pretty good piece. What do you do? You work. I seen you cleaning buses. Explain all that. What you do there?
Okay, so I do have 2 part-time jobs. I work part-time as a bus cleaner, and then I work part-time as a bus monitor on a sped bus. Well, it started with a random visit. I met this contractor that was doing a food drive, and it was happened to be held at Food Line in Smirnoff, Old Nashville. And I says, I'm going to be there and donate some food. Well, I didn't really know this contractor. I just knew of him. So I got to meet him, and I explained my passion because not many people hear that they want to drive a school bus, so everybody's interested to know why. So I explained to him, had a good long talk, and he says, well, we could start getting you trained up. I'm a very slow learner, so it was good to have extra time. So we just went in for fun and just doing some trainings, walk-arounds and stuff like that. And, well, I do know a lot of people charge for trainings, so I didn't have much money to spend on trainings. I'm here to save my money for a house, so I didn't want to touch that. So I made a deal. I says, would you like me to clean your buses and payment for the trainings?
Oh, okay.
And he says, that's a great
That's
idea.
barter. That's right down Mike Sparks' alley right there.
Yeah,
buddy.
he wrote the book on that.
He did write the book on that.
So, well, anyways, I went in for a training, and afterwards I cleaned a bus, and he was just astounded on how good I cleaned this bus. I mean, I get head to toe, back to front, and, well, he had a bus cleaner that didn't work for him anymore. And he says, this is fast forward to the next time I seen him. He had to explain to me that, hey, I had a bus cleaner, and they don't work for me no longer. And he says, I've got 25 buses that I own, and my buses have been looking awful. So he says, how would you like to come work for me full time to clean my buses?
Oh, wow. Nice.
And I said, really? So I was really excited because I was actually in a job at the time that I didn't really care for. I was doing construction clean. It wasn't my most fun job. So he says, I don't like seeing people that they don't like what they're doing. So I hurry up and put in that 2 weeks with that job and started working with him in 2 weeks, and then it was just amazing because I was getting paid to clean his buses, but I was still getting that free training. So I know the original thing was to use that for the payment, but he just it helped him out so much just having him clean. So it started like like that, and then I went in and I started cleaning other buses on my own on the side, not just for him. So I started branching out, cleaning other contractors' buses on my own, and now I do that as like a side gig. So, and then he also is the one that helped me get applied for the county to be a bus aide, and that's good. So that way, that's out of the way. So whenever I do start to drive a bus, whether that's 21 or 25, I'm already in the county system.
Gotcha.
There you
Hopefully,
go.
hopefully
Nice.
it's shortly.
Hopefully it is.
But you did mention Janet Johnson. I know her, and I consider her a Hall of Fame bus driver. I mean, and also her husband Dennis. Which is not a bus driver, but Dennis. Dennis is a good rounded out fellow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think maybe they do this. Hey, you have the Teachers of the Year. Mike, you're listening. Maybe they have Bus Driver of the Year.
Yeah.
Have a thing where it's students actually vote on it or something in the school.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean,
That'd
I
be
just
very nice.
think, maybe they already have that. I don't know. But like I said, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is the Teacher of the Year. Well, this right here, the
Yep.
County Bus Driver of the Year.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, I'd like to jump in here real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Ask Isaiah a question.
Yeah.
Earlier, before we went on the air, we were you and I were talking about it, and I asked you, are you in the process of getting your certification and everything that you need to, I guess, legally operate a school bus? Could you go more? You kind of did it just a few moments ago. You talked a little bit about it, but could you go a little bit more in depth on what the process looks like for potential applicants, for those who are looking to get into that whole thing?
Yeah. So
No, that's not a question for me. That's just general. Yeah.
I thought Jeremy's trying to get a bus driving job. Okay.
So that's another thing to touch up on. These bus drivers already go through very extensive training, and some people it could take up to almost a month worth of training before they're able to get behind the wheel of a school bus. But you go through. You start out with just a walk around.
Okay.
I mean, you're basically going to go up. You're going to see if the bus is leaning, and you're supposed to be able to tell all these little things. So, okay, my bus leaning? So, if it's not, the suspension's great, and you just work your way around. You look at the lights, make sure they're all working, make sure there's no fluids on the ground, make sure everything's securely, properly mounted, nothing's dry rotted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing.
And you literally have to touch on every little thing. You could do the whole walk around, and if you forget to point out the gas cap, it's an automatic fail.
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
And then that's just the outside. And I did simplify that. There is more that goes into it, but that's just good to show you it's very detailed. And then you get on the inside of the bus. If you do basically you touch everything on the inside just like you touch everything on the outside, make sure everything's right. All your emergency windows, make sure they sound when you open them up. Make sure the seats are securely mounted. All your dome lights work. And then, of course, you touch on all that. Again, I'm trying to simplify that. And then also, if, for instance, just like if you forget one thing on the outside, if you forget one thing on the inside. So if you were to, let's just say, pop out your air brakes, but you didn't fasten your seatbelt, if you forgot, it's automatic fail.
Wow.
So,
just in order. Okay.
yeah.
How about the gum under the seat? Is that still an
Oh.
issue?
Lord. That gum.
He knows about that. He
Me
knows.
and Jenny rode the whole school bus. All that stuff you said was probably done. Probably wasn't done. We
know,
just throw us in and take us home.
Yeah.
It reminds me like a pilot,
Yeah.
an airplane pilot. He has to do
Yeah.
a check.
Go
He
through a
walks
pre-flight
around
check, yeah.
the plane. It's and you. How many kids are you hauling? You want it to be a safe vehicle.
Right.
Are you getting like a commercial driver's license, a CDL? Do you have to have that to drive a bus, or
Yeah,
is that
so-
something separate?
It is something separate. You do need that though. So you need to get your commercial driver's license, and then you need to get your P and S endorsements. P's passenger and S is school bus.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you got to get those endorsements
Yeah.
on top of your CDL.
Yeah. In the middle of you talking about that, Mike sent me he sent me a file. I'll have to look at it later. But right when you were in the middle of talking about that, he sent me that file.
Whoa, I might have to too.
So yeah, he's definitely listening, Roger.
Mine doesn't say foul. Mine says you're fired. It is a foul. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I read it wrong.
Oh, I got something too.
Don't read it, Jenny. Wait till we get out of here. All right, hey. But anyway, Isaiah, thank you so much, man. We appreciate your story, and I'm sure, Mike, hopefully, like I said, he'll get something going. He's pretty good at that stuff. He really is. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in, man.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Good to meet you, Isaiah.
Good to meet you too.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps. But I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance Policy Perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available at select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Mike and Felicia Sparks, owner of the Vanity Zone Salon, want to invite you to stop in for your next haircut or color. Their stylists Michelle, Tori, Tracy, Brandy, Sarah, and Gail offer the best creative cuts and color for all ages, for men and women. The Vanity Zone is located at 732 Nissan Drive in Smyrna, to the right of the Crystals Restaurant. To look and feel your best, visit the Vanity Zone Salon today. Call 615-355-1721 to book your next appointment.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. Let's hear what some customers have to say about Dr. Automotive.
I just really appreciate Danny and his whole team. I always feel like I'm going to get great service and the right outcome.
You just don't find any better people.
He's always been very good.
We've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly, mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Josh Moss with Affordable Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps. But I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance Policy Perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available at select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Mike and Felicia Sparks, owner of the Vanity Zone Salon, want to invite you to stop in for your next haircut or color. Their stylists Michelle, Tori, Tracy, Brandy, Sarah, and Gail offer the best creative cuts and color for all ages, for men and women. The Vanity Zone is located at 732 Nissan Drive in Smyrna, to the right of the Crystals Restaurant. To look and feel your best, visit the Vanity Zone Salon today. Call 615-355-1721 to book your next appointment.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. With over 2 decades of experience, our ASC certified master technicians are experts in both foreign and domestic vehicles, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely, cost-effective repairs. From oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly, mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliates.
All right, welcome back to Conversations with Mike Sparks. And like I said, Mike has me and Jeremy kind of pinch hitting for him tonight, but I did make a call. I knew she would bail. I was hoping she would bail me out. Miss Jenny Williams. And I said, Miss Jenny, you think you have anything you might want to talk about on the radio tonight? Well, she comes in with a, well, it took three of us to bring this box in. But anyway, I was going to turn it over to Jenny, and she's got a few announcements in the town of Smyrna and all around. And Jenny, like I said, I've known her all my life, love her to death, and anytime I call on her to do a proclamation or anything, she's always there. But Miss Jenny, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to talk about things going on in Smyrna, and we've got a lot going on in Smyrna.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Like Tuesday, we have an American Red Cross blood drive.
Awesome.
Okay. We do. It's at St. Luke Church from noon to 6. And, you know, you can go to redcross.org and find a blood drive anywhere. Mm-hmm. And, of course, we have a donation center here. Mm-hmm. I am the chairman of the Heart of Tennessee. That's what I was going to ask you. I
thought you were. You're a chairman or have been a chairman about everything that's around.
So I have to promote the American Red Cross.
Yes, awesome.
And, you know, the American Red Cross is more than blood. I mean, if there's a fire in the community, I guarantee you somebody will be there with a red vest on.
With the what about the recent storms that, I don't know what part of the state that those hit, but I imagine a lot of AHA are heading up there, or they can.
I believe we did send some people to East Tennessee and North Carolina.
Okay.
We actually have a lady here who sits on our board that she was in Hawaii during the fires.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm not sure if we sent anybody to California because that's a pretty good ways.
Well, my sister's out there.
Oh, no.
in LA, but they didn't.
Now they're having mudslides, if it's not a fire.
But she's, you know, I
mudslides.
think she's safe. I heard Carson, you know Carson, you met him.
I got to meet him.
Yeah.
Another thing we're having at St. Luke Catholic Church is a wine tasting on February 28th from 6:30 to 9.
Now, when is this one? This is the most important one. What time is this one?
I will be there. No kidding.
This is the last party.
Go ride. You go
kidding.
This is a
Mike
Mardi
will be the
Gras.
designated driver.
This is Mardi Gras before Lent starts.
Okay.
The next week. So, anyway, and also another thing I want to promote is the Smyrna Zama Sister City Chili Supper and Silent Auction. It's going to be March 1st.
That is for a great cause.
Yes, it is. And they're raising money to go to Japan this summer.
Right.
Okay, and nice. I'm not sure how many students there are, but they're going to have a silent auction
20.
too.
I think it was 20 we got this year. Like I said, and that's the first time I ever had any kind of dealings with that. I just thought it was so cool.
So they were touring the Sam Davis home.
Yes, and they went to a print shop and actually ate and different places. And we got two different groups. It was Fran from the Senior Citizens Home and Jerry Short. And I can't remember the girl's name. I went to school, graduated with her mom. She's on there. But I think, but I thought it's so cool. And they gave us gifts. It's like, their big thing is like, what is it, like
yes,
silk. They gave us some silk gifts, you know.
Nice.
And
in the past, I have gotten some nice gifts. And, you know, once you've made a friend from an exchange like that, you're friends for life.
And they're so courteous. I would speak, and they would, you know, how they would bow and do that. And I just thought
Did you get anybody's business card? That's a big thing too. Sometimes.
No,
they probably
they probably thought I wasn't business card worthy. I was just a tour guide. You know?
You do a great job. You do a really good job.
They don't play around with business cards. I mean, it's when they give somebody a business card, that's somebody that they highly respect, and they
okay. So I didn't get one. Jenny, you ever got him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but if you had a card and you gave it to them, they would consider that very special too.
Okay. In 2 years.
When they they present their card, they do a little bow. You know, they're big
awesome.
on that. So
Yeah, they did that with their
yes.
gift. They read a little thing, you know, and like I just,
Well,
I was really
cool.
kind of touched. I
You've
thought
got
that,
an authentic.
yes, I got
authentic
several
from Japan. Several gifts. Yeah.
girls there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that gift giving's a big part of it. Back in 1989,
Oh,
a
wait a minute,
long
wait.
time ago, I was on the town council then, and that was our first trip to Zama City.
Oh.
And it wasn't as much a cultural trip like it is now.
Right.
Because we didn't get to live in somebody's home, which that's when you really learn about the culture, when you're actually living in their home and they're cooking for you and, you know, you're together for a long time and you're discussing things. But we did tour, you know, their city hall and their fire department and their library. And
Any similarities at all, or a little bit?
Well,
I mean, it.
you know what? They're about 3 times bigger than we are. Zama City is.
Okay.
And the plant there, that was a truck plant that was there, Nissan truck plant.
Okay.
But it's now closed and it's a museum. So, but I mean, that was a long time ago. And I was just telling my husband, I said, I'd like to see Kamiyama. It would be so fun seeing him. Him and his wife came here. Okay, it's the year that Lisa Presley married Michael Jackson. So whatever year that was, and we were talking about that. It was
That's
kind of
Mike.
funny.
Mike's the Presley specialist.
Is he? And they were visiting here, and he was coming. He came by himself. Now this is something we had in common. He had a family business. He had a business.
Okay.
He owned 7 dry cleaners.
Okay.
And I said, well, I own a hardware store. I said, well, what are your plans? He's a little bit older than me.
You
He
owned the
said,
hardware store back then. The best. That was always been a
hardware
great
store.
place. But go ahead.
Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you. But anyway, and just like me, you know, I didn't know who was going to carry on after me, you know,
Right.
because my daughter moved to Washington, D.C., and she was into medicine, you know. But he was contemplating the same thing. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm hoping one of my children else, which I heard one of his children did come up. But anyway, we went to Chattanooga, and I got to go to the aquarium. I'd never been to an aquarium, so that's what he wanted to see. And it was so funny. He had, you know, they always have the latest, greatest electronics, and he had a real tiny little camcorder. And
Really?
he was walking around following the fish, and everybody was looking at him with his camcorder because nobody had seen anything that little. It was kind of
That's
funny.
cool.
Yeah.
But his wife did not speak any English. But you know, you probably the group you took, several of them understood what you were saying.
Right.
They learn English in their
Yeah, I
schools.
think it's like one of the requirements. They have to learn English, but like I was told, is either Fran or Jerry had told me, or maybe their interpreter says it's. They have to be able to talk it, but they don't necessarily understand when you're talking to them. They understand a lot of it.
Well,
but I had no problems, you know.
I was going to say they'd have to speak Southern English, right?
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I mean,
well,
there's English and then there's down home Southern.
Yeah, that accent
English.
thing kicks
Yeah.
in.
I faced that language barrier on. I did it. I got to get off a quick story, but over giving a tour, a guy from France had the deep, you know, French accent. I couldn't understand his. He couldn't understand my Southern accent. So we get along, man. But go ahead, Jenny.
Well, you know, there's actually earplugs you can put in
Really?
that translate. Yes.
Wow.
Temu.
What is it?
Temu's the site you buy them.
Okay.
They're inexpensive. And there's actually glasses that have the translators in them. And, you know, you think about all these
Really?
these meetings.
I'm still on the 8-track tape players.
Like, you know, Vice President Vance was just in Europe. And they, you know, those people might be wearing these little earphones that, you know, earbuds. They look like, you know, Apple iPod, you know,
Oh, that's cool.
earbuds. And it translates for you, which I don't have anything like that. But there was times in the hardware store that I had to have Google Translate because my customers coming in, I didn't know what they wanted. I couldn't understand them, and they couldn't understand me.
I remember we had a tour at Bridgestone. You know, I retired there. We had a tour, and I had heard they had those in. somebody I didn't think anything about it. You just said it. I remember them saying that. Somebody was telling me.
Yeah, you're probably thinking, oh, they're just
right. But I do remember that some of them did have that.
It's pretty amazing. I just want to buy a pair just to see how they work. They're not real Temu. They're not real expensive.
And you can do Southern in it. It does have that language, right?
Southern English.
Southern English, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
I think that's a very interesting piece of technology that you can people from across different cultures. I mean, even if you speak a different language, you can still understand each other through the art of technology and so. But yeah,
communication is so important. If you have miscommunication, there's all kinds of problems. It's amazing they have a device that will do that. I'll talk about it. So March 1st, Smyrna Senior Center, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Chili supper, silent auction. The senior center is located right behind Smyrna Library, right off of Enid Springs
And they got
Road.
one. They're building a new one. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
They are building. They're at $2.1 million.
Okay.
They have about 750 members.
Okay.
Fran Dunn's the director, and she just did a presentation for Rotary on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And I was amazed that they'd raised $2.1 million. They want to get to $3 million and then get a match from Christy Houston Foundation because it's about a $6 million.
Maybe that old place there would be a Smyrna Museum or something. Who knows?
Could be a Smyrna Museum. It sure could.
Okay, that'd be something else. She's thinking already got it rolling. I can look at her.
Did we talk about that?
I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe that's where I got the idea from. Not my idea. I stole it from you, Jenny.
It wasn't my idea either. It was my husband's idea.
No. Okay, yeah.
He hears me talking about things and he adds things. But anyway, it's going to be a beautiful building, and the town of Smyrna has leased them 5 acres. Their location now was part of the Old Rock School property.
Right.
And so we got to hear the story of how it started. Mr. Rucker Rakes was a county commissioner.
Yeah, I remember Coach Rakes' dad.
And the high school had a building trades class, so they built it. They built the building, and there's been one renovation on it. But they've definitely outgrown it.
Now, where is the new one going to be?
It's going to be near. It's off of Mason Tucker Drive. It's on that corner there. Be like say across from the new development that's going in. What do they call that development? I gone blank. But what's it called?
Yeah, I'm blanking on it too.
But the YMCA is there.
Yeah.
You go down the road and there's Motlow, but they'll be across the street. 5 acres.
Yeah, I know where that's at. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it though, but I imagine that. Yeah. It's going to be really nice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. The shopping. Isn't it going to be some rentals there for seniors at this place they're building?
Oh, there might be. Yeah.
I've read up on it a little bit.
Well, they'd be real convenient. You got a traffic light there.
And then, like me, I'm probably a wife said, "Aren't you old enough to be a member of us now?" I go, "Well, I think so." I said, I'll be 70. What's the age?
55.
Oh gosh,
55.
I'll be one of the older ones there if I was.
And I brought the newsletter. I mean, they do so much. The senior center, and Fran does such a wonderful job.
Oh yeah, I love
She
Fran.
loves her job. Like just the newsletter. So the dues are $35, which that's not a lot. And they've got all these trips planned. Ireland and
oh wow.
Then even locals.
They go to Cedars, Lebanon, and places like that, or
well,
no.
They go to Sam Davis home.
I did have one. But I hadn't got the big group. I've never had the big group from over there, but. We would give a group rate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they've been to the Biltmore. They're going to Dollywood in December. And like I said, their group is so big.
And they put out a nice tent, though, when we have the, what's that event we have in May down there at Depot Days? We have down there, isn't it around May?
I think so.
Is it Depot Days? They have a tent.
Depot. Yeah, Depot
and I
Days,
registered this, I think it was a homemade quilt, and I dropped in a bunch of them, but I didn't drop in enough, I guess. I didn't win it.
The Senior Center does a quilt too for the fish fry.
Okay.
So I can talk about the fish fry.
Yeah,
next.
yeah, the fish fries.
We're going to have a really.
Oh, yeah, this is really
Okay.
good. Jenny
Yes.
filled me in on this one.
Yes.
Mike just texted me. He said that's called Stewart Landing, I think is what it's called.
Stewart Landing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Appreciate
yeah.
it,
If
Mike.
you're listening, Mike, thanks. Hey.
So let's see if I've hit everything that I was going to. The Friends of Smyrna Library, they're going to have a run fundraiser April 5th. So it's right there where the senior center is.
Okay.
At 9 o'clock. That's on a Saturday. We got a really active, great friends group.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyway, which we kind of. So Mrs. Catherine Walkup was a librarian at Smyrna Library, and she approached me and Carolyn Peebles and said, I would like for you to, this is an older person. She probably was 20 years older than us.
They have
or
a
so.
tree with her name on it at Sam Davis' home. She must have been on it.
Yes.
Was she on the board or something, or just a big
yeah,
donor?
Betsy Waldron, her daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mrs.
Yeah.
David Waldron. Anyway, so we were, where was I going with this? You got me sidetracked.
Got y'all excited, didn't it?
You got me sidetracked. So Carolyn and I said, it's kind of like, yes, ma'am, we'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Carolyn was the president, and I said, will you be the president, and I'll be your secretary, treasurer, And we also started Smyrna Laverne Food Bank, which now is part of Nourish Food Bank. And in that case, I said, well, I'll be the chairman, and you be the secretary. So we swapped. And But Carolyn passed away, and
she was on the board. She was chair of the board. I'm on.
on
I'm
the historical.
I'm
yes.
actually vice chair now, as of the last meeting.
Okay.
And like I said, anybody doesn't know, that's the old buildings in Smyrna. Anytime we want to do renovations or anything, they go through the Historic Zoning Commission. But,
yes, and it looks so nice down there.
Do you see where the old woodshed used to be? You seen that one? You seen that? Do you remember the woodshed?
They redid it. Yes.
Yeah, it's a jewelry store on beside it there.
Is that what they're putting
we
in
keep
there?
when all these things are going on, we're not allowed to talk about it, but now everybody knows. Okay,
Yeah.
but that was our latest project, and then we got some signs coming up with them there. I think next week, but it's all about ready to go.
So the dry cleaners will be there, and then the jewelry. Nice.
St. Maria's jewelry store on the right.
Well, go back to Carolyn Peebles. She has been in charge of our fish fry for the last 4 or 5, and she's just done a beautiful job. And she was also our administrative person for Smyrna Rotary Club. So she did all our financials and everything, and she's going to be the incoming president. The last time I talked to her was on a Thursday after Rotary, and she was sharing all these things that she was going to do with the fish fry. And I said, wow, it's going to be a good one, and I guess I can tell. I can tell? I can tell.
Yeah, several people. It's the cat's out the bag now, I
Is
believe.
the cat out of the bag?
Several people have told me.
So we're gonna honor the Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And
That's
we
good.
are going to have a traveling exhibit. It's on their calendar. It's going to happen. It's been we collected some monies separate from the fish fry because we want our fish fry to raise money for nonprofit organizations.
What is that going to consist of? Because I'm a
Isn't
very
it a plane? Is it one of the
Is it a
planes?
plane?
One of them's going to be a
plane's
plane.
going to be there. Yes,
It's
Yeah.
like a
P-19.
One of their planes they actually
P-51
used.
Mustang Red Tail.
Yes, that's what's going to be there.
I need to come to that.
But
I need to
all
come
of
to
them are
that.
passed away now because Carolyn was hoping
Yes.
that the survivors, it was 3 survivors when she was talking about it, but what I've heard is no more survivors now.
passed.
They've
Oh
all
man,
passed.
that's sad.
Anyway, yes, and you can get a ride on that. We're going to have an auction.
Oh, start saving, Jeremy.
Start saving.
Yeah.
It would be at least $3,000.
Oh,
Let's
Yeah.
put
I don't know
Mike
about
on
that.
it.
Yeah. Well, some of them will go back to their organization,
Yeah.
which they call it, Rise Above. But it's going to be it's a traveling museum, and we're going to have the plane there too.
Okay.
And anyway, and so our fish fry is September 13th.
Okay.
And they'll be there like the day before, and we want to make it available. That would be free for the school children
Right.
to tour.
Oh, that'd be cool, right?
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
really be cool.
Yeah.
And I know you like it because it's history, and you like it too.
Well,
It's
both of us were history buffs. And
okay, so it's historical, and I hope to get some more people involved with promoting it, the history part of it, because we have to preserve our history.
And as we get closer, Mike's going to be promoting the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I think he's always been a sponsor, one of the sponsors.
Oh, yes,
and all.
yeah. Hey, I've stood next to him and been serving fish.
Man. If you've never been, have you been to the fish fry? Wings of Freedom?
No, not necessarily. I mean, y'all have talked about it on the air, and I just have not been able to make time to go to one. I need to.
That's two things.
September 13th.
September 13th.
Put that down in your calendar.
You don't want to miss at Things of Smyrna. One is the fish fry. What's the other one? The chili cook-off.
That was big.
I did go to the. I think that's where I met you first at the chili cook-off.
I think we had. He said between 100 and 180. I think it's more like about 200.
We were.
And this usually happens in January. Mike puts on once a year, and man, it's if you want to just fellowship, see all your friends, everybody's there, and it's just fun. Don't cost you nothing.
What was that date in September again?
September 13th.
13th.
Yeah.
Got you.
We hope to. Well, WGNS is so good about promoting our fish fry and helpful,
They are.
and I believe we even give away free tickets. The tickets are $50, but right now we're looking for sponsors. That's how we make our money, is through sponsorships.
Now,
and right now you could go to www.wofsmyrna.com. Wings of Freedom, Smyrna. Yeah. And you can go there now, and we, of course, our top sponsor is Big Dollars, but you can go,
Yeah, don't let everybody know what I do there that I sponsor. You got a dollar club.
And you get so many tickets, and well, special people should get free tickets, maybe.
Well, you know what? They had I also had the cruise in.
Oh yes, the cruise in's very
and
popular.
And I think the mission there is, I think it's 2 people get in. It's really you both get in half price.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And Mike Woods and Jerome Dempsey, and we had a good one last year, even though it rained a little bit.
I think Jerome, how many cars he got? I think we had the car shows last year, and I think he had a car at every show.
He's got a few. Yeah.
Lou
Cucci,
but he came to every one of them. I think he made an appearance.
He did a great job promoting it last year. Lou Cucci is another friend. He has a lot. A lot of cars. One more thing.
Yes, go ahead.
At the time, going back to the American Red Cross. So, our big fundraiser for the Heart of Tennessee American Red Cross is the Heroes Luncheon, and this year we're honoring Gloria Bonner, Dr. Gloria Bonner, who's been at MTSU for years.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yes,
passed away maybe 8-10 years ago, something like that.
Oh no, she's still alive.
Who's the one I saw? It's another one honoring. This is Franklin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is Franklin.
Yeah.
I know people in Franklin too.
But
Sorry.
Dr. Bonner, the more she's also on our board.
Okay.
But the more I get to know her, I'm amazed at all the things she's done. She's grown up here. She's been involved with the Department of Education at MTSU and very active. She's on the Journey Home board, and but we're going to honor her this year as our hero. And the same thing, you can do sponsorships.
Okay.
And you could earn, and that's how we make our money, is through the sponsorships. And she's just a really good person for us to be honoring. So.
Did you say everything you needed to? Hey, Marty.
Hey.
How you going, man? We've been waiting on you.
Yeah, hey, Marty.
Jeannie's running out of material. We've been giving her some time here, but anyway.
Well, I'm going to do a little reminiscing with Jeannie up there real quick. Our very first, that I remember helping her promote, our very first blood drive was when I was on the corner of Lowry, and there was a beer joint next door to us. And then there was a
snake pit.
There was an aerobics place next door. And so we had a blood drive in the aerobics place. And that was 1982.
Wow, you've got a good memory.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name a while ago. I had to keep thinking of it. He's sitting there looking at me. I had it wrote down. So that's how good my memory is. No.
Yeah.
But hey, Marty, well, I got you on here, man. I know you. Did you see where Mike did that interview with Mr. Charles Jones?
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah.
I think he's wanting to get you, Mr. Jones, together and let you interview him, and we were talking about that the other day, and so we're going to get with y'all and find out what's good for both of y'all and a good place to go. So that's in the works,
I'm gonna call Mr. Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna call Mr. Jones when we hang up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bother him from church or this afternoon or anything.
Okay.
I figured he'd be home.
Now, if he doesn't answer, you can also text him. I usually had the best luck by texting.
Okay, I'll do that.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All
I didn't think about that. Now, Mike said we're gonna host it at Sam Davis home.
Possibly, right there in the conference room. Possibly that way. I think when you're at a restaurant like they were the day, people walking around and it was getting a little bit sidetracked here and there. Customers are in there.
Oh, I'm good with it. I'm good.
And I thought there would be, we could actually, shut those doors, and nobody interfere, especially me. Y'all probably lock me out.
Mike had said something about 10 o'clock, but I don't think I'll be there early. I said, can we do it at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, you're more of a 11, 12 o'clock guy, aren't you? Right in there.
I have to be. I don't have a choice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but anyway, I know I've thanked you 1,000 times for doing that, proclamation at the chili cook-off. I thought you did an outstanding job, man, and no rehearsal and all. I just handed it to you. And the same Miss Jenny here, she did a proclamation for Mr. Jones. And y'all, you can tell y'all do these things all the time. You're polished because it's really smooth. It's not like somebody like me. What did you say on that second line or something like that? But y'all are really good at that. And I appreciate you both doing that and being involved like that.
I tell you, Marty honoring Bill and Trish Nash.
They never knew it. They knew it. That never was going to happen.
I almost let it out. Then I realized it was supposed to be a surprise. But they are so worthy of that. The things they have done for the Sam Davis home and just other things that I've been involved with them. Bill's a Rotarian, a past Rotary president, and he's built Habitat houses, and he knows what he's doing. I said, that man has built houses before.
Oh, yeah.
Besides work on your teeth.
Yeah, it was kind of...
Hey, let me tell you this. This is really neat. He bought a 1982 Nissan, I think it was called Datsun back in the day, 240Z.
Yes, Z car.
And he still has that. He still has that in our storage.
Did he buy it from Mike? Or did he buy it from... Mike could have. Mike sold a lot of cars, man. Has sold a bunch. There's guys there where I know sold it. And, it seemed like everybody, did all, was all right with it, that he does good on it. But
he had the 2+2, and I had the 240Z. His was like a hatchback, and mine was a lot smaller.
Yeah, Julius Hill had one like it. You remember that? The old the 240Z. Jenny, you remember that? Yeah, that brown one looking one. Yeah. Oh, man, I can remember that because I didn't have one.
I remember. All the cars I've gone through, oh, man, I'd be a millionaire if I had them back.
Yeah.
How many times have I heard my husband say, I wish I'd never sold that car. Like a 69 Camaro or something.
Yeah, I was talking to David. He was telling me all these cars. He was one of those cruisers at Shoney's. I used to do that. Hot rods. I had the 66 Chevelle, 67, Fitz wagon. Now I've got a, Acura, and you get older, you get sensible.
You don't have a minivan, do you?
No.
Oh, no.
That's if you have a...
Only Mike. If you got a lot of grandkids like Mike does, you have a minivan.
Yeah, if you have lots of kids,
I will never have a minivan. I can't cross that line.
It takes a little bit of the cool away, doesn't it, Marty?
Oh, it does. But, of all the cars I've had, I probably had over 200.
Really?
All the cars I had when I was in high school, Daddy gave me a 55 Chevrolet for my birthday. I wrecked it real quick.
Oh.
And he got me a Ford Starliner with 3 on the tree. You remember them?
Oh,
Roger?
yeah. My tree come off in second gear, and I had it in my hand. My pin fell out.
Yeah.
You know, I went to second, shifted up, and kept going, man. That was an old Ford Fairlane, my first car.
And then the next one he got me, he got tired of having to put the gear shift back on the column. They got me automatic, but it was my dream car. It was a 1967 Pontiac Le Mans 326, two-door hardtop. And Roger, do you remember the reverberators?
No, I may, but what exactly did that do?
Okay, you'd have a song going on the radio, and it go wah, 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 wah. The whole time the song was going?
No, I didn't have that kind of money. Mine was taping it back together. The cheapo.
And it was that same year that they came out with record players for cars.
Oh, man. I remember having the old speakers in the back window. If it blowed, you could take nail polish to, to crack and repair them. You remember that?
I remember that very well.
Yeah, so that's what you do. You didn't have nothing.
Elvis Presley, I got a picture of Elvis Presley with him loading records into his record player in his Cadillac.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's cool, man.
I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, is that same car, is that in the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville? Or is that another one of Elvis's vehicles?
Or is that at the museum
I don't know.
Graceland maybe or something?
I don't know, because I remember I went to the Country Music Hall of Fame Museum in Nashville one year, and they had some car of Elvis's in there. I don't remember what it is.
There is one. Well, I don't know if it's the same one, but there is one of his cars there. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I wonder if he had as many cars as Marty had.
I don't know, boy. I went through them.
Tired of them, Marty, or did you reckon them, or just whatever reasons you just wanted to change?
No, I had a bad case of Mike Sparks in me. I didn't want one over a few months.
Yeah, he never keeps one more than 3 months. You're all right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I bet he's looking to trade in momentarily, too.
Well, Jeremy, we're probably fired after tonight.
No, I think we're all right. I think we're good.
Marty, you bailed us out. Jenny, you bailed us out.
Okay,
So,
I'll do it.
if it had been me and if it had been just me and Jeremy, I don't know where this would have went.
We would have made something out of it. No doubt.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna say good night to you.
All right,
okay?
take care, buddy. Appreciate you calling in.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye. All righty. I guess that about wraps her up, don't it, there, Connor? All righty, folks. Thank you, and tune in next week at 5 o'clock for a conversation with Mike Sparks, and hopefully he'll be here. Take care, everyone.